January the 10th, 2026. Guys, you're looking at a next post by Nick Shorter. He's an on-the-ground reporter, and he's in Minneapolis. What happened last night, and we've seen for the last few days a lot of protests because of the lady that got shot interfering with the ICE agents, and she tried to run one over. Anyway, things got out of hand downtown last night. The police, there's different reports, but some are saying the police ran out of downtown and had to evacuate. And there was quite a bit of chaos. But it almost looked like to me that at a certain cue, all the police jumped in their vehicles and left. What happened after that was they had doxed out the location of some ICE agent hotels in that area, and then Antifa, and that's what they're talking about, Antifa and some anarchists attacked the hotels, busted glass, threw furniture around, painted the walls, trying to get into the ICE agents. Again, it looked like that, to me, the police just took out and left them to do what they wanted to do. The police chief of Minneapolis was there, and I think it was Nick that asked the chief, he said, "How did you let your city get like this?" The chief wouldn't answer, and he got in the car and took off too. They hightailed it out of there. It looked very dangerous, but when they left, it really became an incredible scene. Now, Trump had just sent a couple thousand troops in here. They had to pull the National Guard out because of the libtarded judges. But what he's saying now this morning is 1,000 more are on the way. And Nick Shorter here is calling for the Insurrection Act. He said, breaking Minneapolis police surrender to anti-ICE rioters after the officers are attacked. They have run away and abandoned the area, which has been taken over by leftist anarchists. Nick said, it is time for the Insurrection Act. President Trump, local police have ceded control to the anarchists. And I'll link to this article. There's 3 or 4 videos here. Fox News has got some videos, typical rioting in the street, fireworks, all of that. And it really looked like it is getting out of hand. But Trump said something the other day. He said, we're going to pull the National Guard back. It was 3 or 4 cities, maybe 5. He said, and it's going to get bad. They're going to find out who was really keeping crime down. It wasn't the mayors. It wasn't the governors. It wasn't local police. It was the help that Trump had sent in. So he said, it's going to get bad. We're going to have to go back in. But right now may not be the best time, guys. Why? If the cops there are going to let them run wild, let them. And then when with midterms coming up, the Democrats are going to look just that much worse for what they've done. But again, don't risk ICE agents in a melee like this when basically their hands are tied behind the back. If the cops want to back out and let the libtarded governor and mayor there keep on playing games, let them. But again, 1,000 more agents are coming in. That'll put it at about 3,000. Now, Nick Shorter is saying something here that we've talked about before. It's going to take the Insurrection Act. But I think Trump he's going to let them push it as far as he can to expose them for what they're doing before he steps in. So I'm not sure the timing of this, but the report's out now. 1,000 more have been sent on the way right now. That'll put it at about 3,000. What's going to happen today, we don't know, guys. But it is a hot spot, and it is a place to keep an eye on, because if they get away with it here in this blue city, they'll do it across the nation. Again, doesn't really bother me that bad, because I wouldn't live in any city, much less a blue city. It's like the worst place for crime, disease, theft, everything you can think of in these big cities. And why people, and you know, the Bible says it was Cain's bunch that started building cities. Well, that worked out real well, didn't it? Look at the mess we're in now. But anyway, thank God I'm a country boy, because I couldn't make it up there, guys. I never been to New York, never wanted to, never will want to. Been to D.C. twice, not that big of a place. The last time I was there, it had become a hellhole. and we said we would never go back. And I don't know if they're going to clean it up or not. They're saying they have, but as soon as the law enforcement in D.C. turn their back, it's going to start again unless we start to see Pam Bundy react. She's got to take these people down, the mayors and the governors that are allowing this, the police chiefs, city council people. They've got to be taken out, or this is just going to be a cancer on society, especially for the big cities. Again, if they want to burn it down, and you guys that live there are going to put up with it, then choose your future. I mean, it's up to you. But it's gotten out of hand now, and I don't know how it's going to work out. And right now, the timing is very suspect. The 2,000 additional agents were going to come in there and kind of sweep up some Somalis and some the people that were ripping us off of our tax money, billions of dollars worth. And suddenly this lady gets shot, and now they have the riots in here to distract from the corruption and the fraud. Don't know if it's just a coincidence, but they did find out that the lady that got shot was an anti-ICE agent, basically, had been trained how to block them, how to disrupt them, all of that. And that came to a pretty quick stop. But the timing still is suspect. Was that pushed? And was someone thrown into that, not knowing what was going to happen? We don't know. But it's very suspect. We'll just have to see. It kind of reminds me again, going back to George Floyd and the same reaction. But if you're going to let the cities be overrun, then have at it. Mayors, I mean, you cheat your elections. You take all of our tax money and give it to illegals by the billions and expect us to feel sorry for you. We don't. But I'm tired of paying my taxes for this, and that's got to change. Something will have to change, or there will be another situation in the U.S. where people say, we're not paying another damn dime on any of our taxes until you stop the grift out of D.C. and we get some payback. We should at least 10 or 12 years no taxes just to pay back this billions of dollars that the Somalis stole, thanks to Tim Walz and many other mayors in these cities. We're finding more and more grift, even through the rhinos with Mike Johnson and Thune. That's got to be addressed also. But right now, the situation in Minneapolis is getting out of hand. Will they use the Insurrection Act? If they're going to send a lot of troops in there, they need to. Because then it's a different ball game under those conditions. You're not having to run, duck, and hide like what we're seeing in the videos from last night. It'll be somebody else running, ducking, and hiding. But that may be the only cure for TDS. Maybe. There may not be a cure until the grave, the way some of these people act, like they totally have lost it, like political zombies. I don't know what it is. Anyway, all eyes on Minnesota, guys. It is a testing ground right now, especially Minneapolis. Things are going to start changing. There were protests in many cities about this lady getting shot. Well, we expected that. Minneapolis, again, is kind of the target area, and that's what Trump is watching, and Kristi Noem and ICE. We're watching it, guys. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.